It's time to dive into another week of college football convo with Stanford Steve. Steve-O, we appreciate you taking time. We understand you've been waiting for us. That's 100% on us, and we got it behind schedule. But we're thankful for you joining us. And we've enjoyed this every single week, getting a chance to catch up about ball, but also just catch up with you in general. How you doing, Steve? We're big fans of yours.
I'm great.
Yeah.
I just got educated for a whole hour. Felt like hearing AQ, hearing you guys talk. I am locked in. I'm usually behind in the NFL prep by this time this week, but hearing AQ, hearing the excitement level and what he's ready to go, you bitching about the Colts being too low, I'm all in for that.
Thank you, Stanford Steve. He seems like he also agrees with me, which is why he remembers that. So we need to take that in going forward. They're 5-1. Let's never forget it. And they're healthy, and they're dominant, and we'll dive into that at another time. Steve, let's talk about college football coming in.
Yeah.
We got a huge one happening down there in Georgia. Obviously, we're going down to Athens. There could have been a couple other places, but you got Ole Miss rolling in to a very, very dominating Dogs of Georgia. Steve, what are your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, the issue is the Dogs haven't been dominating, Pat, early in these games. You go back last week, down 10-0, almost 16-0 with that fumble and chaos at Auburn. Falling behind 14-0 and 21-7 to Alabama at home. They lose that game first time in about 33 home games. You go back, we were at Tennessee. It was 21-7. That place was as loud as any building. Georgia's got to figure out how to start these games better. We're having Kirby on the show. I hope somebody figures out how to, or, he explains what's been going on and how he's trying to address it, because they've been incredible in these second halves. Last week, the drive to clinch it by Gunnar Stockton was just textbook. I thought Bobo was great. Outside runs, third down conversions, using, their go-to guy, Branch, as a decoy on a big third down, and then they get the brutal touchdown to cover for all those Auburn backers. Georgia is 4-0 as a 7-point favorite against all top 5 teams under Kirby. So it's up against Ole Miss, who walked out of a bye against Washington State, watching that game last week, and Trinidad made some plays in the second half, or else they were going to lose that game. So Ole Miss has got to prove it. They gave it to them last year at home in Oxford with a great, we saw how many guys go to the draft from Ole Miss's team, but this is a different test, and I like Georgia's offense when you look at it in its totality. So awesome matchup coming up.
Georgia's offense is there whenever they've needed it, and obviously we go back to Tennessee whenever we talk about that, because what they did at the end of that game was awesome. What Gunnar did on that fourth down was spectacular. Then they lose to Bama, obviously. They had a 33-game win streak at home. That obviously gets snapped this season. And then the timeout clapping extravaganza last week is obviously fantastic. Let's talk about that Ole Miss team a little bit. Lane Kiffin has another top 5 team. Let's go to Hammer. Ton, what do we need to be thinking about this game and Lane Kiffin's boys?
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know if the numbers next to either of these teams are correct. They might be a little too high. I don't think either of these teams have been super aggressive. Yeah, the records are good. But, this might be a little SEC bias and where they were ranked early in the year to where they are now. But no, Georgia back between the hedges. They just had their 33-game home win streak snapped. Both these teams are top 25 in rush attempts per game. Now, yards per rush, Georgia is the better team, and they also have the better rush defense, so I think Georgia has the advantage there. But I think overall, both offenses have the advantage. And I want to get this right here. So Georgia is 115th in sacks and 109th in tackles for loss. That's on defense. And then Ole Miss is 100th in sacks and 121st in TFLs, both on defense. So neither one of these defenses are causing havoc up front. So I think offenses are going to have their way in this one.
Okay, so that's an exciting shootout, between Trinidad and Gunnar. Georgia against the spread the last 2 seasons. Here's Hembo stats. Overall, 6-14. Favorites 4-13 at home. They're 2-8. Okay, this is against the spread, not straight up. This is just whenever they have to cover. You said whenever they're favorites of 7 or more, they win or whatever. They don't win for the bettors, though. It sounds like they don't win against for the bettors. What other game were you looking at this weekend, brother Steve?
The Seagar game, Bama and Tennessee. Tennessee, since we've been there, has won every game by 1 possession, overtime in Starkville. They let Arkansas come in the back door last week at home off of a bye. And Alabama's the hottest team in the country. Ty Simpson has been spectacular. I think Grubb and Kalen going for it on 3rd and longs, 4th and longs. The defense steps up and holds Ahmad to 52 yards rushing, I believe. So that was really good to see in a tricky spot, an 11 a.m. kick. Their defense showing out and shutting down the nation's leading rusher. Tennessee has really fallen off defensively, giving up a ton of points lately, and that Alabama offense matches up really well. Tennessee, not sure if they're going to get those corners back. They were talking about them when we were there. They're still not back. One of them's an NFL player in McCoy. So I think this leans Alabama, night game, night show, fireworks, the whole thing. Plenty of points scored in this game.
Okay, we have another stat from Hembo, and Bruce just pointed out some mean stats here from Hembo. Heupel has a 3+ point road dog, 0-6 win-loss straight up, 0-6 obviously against the spread. Average score 37-18.
Yikes.
Every loss by is 14+ points. So if they're supposed to lose by more than 3, it's going to happen, is what these stats are saying. Don't love that Hembo's saying that. That could change this year, though. Let's go to Hammer. Toner, what's up with these Hembo stats, and how much are you looking into them?
Yeah, I mean, hey, I like these. They're trends, and once trends happen, they're hard to kick. We've seen that all season long. And Heupel, yes, away from Tennessee has been, it's kind of been the story of Tennessee. They haven't really been able to win the big one yet under Heupel. They got Bama a couple years ago, but that was at Tennessee. As Steve said, I think the Bama offense is going to be able to do whatever they want, especially Ty Simpson in the passing game. I believe Tennessee's like 120th or something like that as far as against the pass. So I don't think that Bama offense is going to have any issue. And then on the other side of the ball, if Bama is going to have an issue, Tennessee runs for over 200 yards a game. If there has been a question mark with the Bama defense, it's been the run game. We've said that the last 3 weeks, but they've handled it pretty well, especially last week against Hardy and Mizzou. So, yeah, Bama could potentially roll in this one.
Steve, what the hell is going on with Ryan Williams? What are you hearing
Where's he
down
at?
there? Where is he?
I don't know if he's as motivated as he used to be.
We all know. It's PFF.
I keep hearing about how much money he's making. That's all.
Furry's got a real nice house and setup. He's earned that with his abilities, and we appreciate him.
Right.
And obviously, we hope he continues to live up to all the talent that he has and the expectations. But you're right, Ty Simpson's become the story, not the young wide receiver who's insane. And they got who's number 1 for them?
Orton from Miami.
Isaiah?
Orton. Yeah.
He was.
Him and Jeremy.
Look at that ball placement right there. Come on. That's unguardable.
Yeah, you called him the hottest team in the country. Indiana would say,
Really?
not so fast, huh, Steve? Maybe
I didn't say best. Indiana's the best.
Well, and also the hottest then, right? Wouldn't they be the hottest team as well?
Yeah, they had a long flight home. A lot of time to cool down.
Hey, there's a timeout. Yeah, they passed the ball away. Okay, check ball. Got to move to the next one. That's awesome. Let's go to the next game. Stanford Steve, we need to be paying attention to. Ooh, old rivalry.
Yeah, we just touched on the SEC where it means more. I think this game means the most this weekend in Week 8. Notre Dame's last stand for a ranked win. They don't have anybody on the schedule that resembles a ranked team the rest of the way. Maybe Pittsburgh, but we don't like talking about Pitt on this show.
Whoa.
So USC comes in red hot, and very dangerous.
We were talking about Pitt a little bit earlier. It was about them getting a new stadium.
They had a great win this week in Florida State.
Hey, way to go, Pitt.
Yeah.
And if that would have been on the slate, I would like to let you know I would have picked Pitt to win that game because that does feel like a Narduz win type thing. Gritty Pitt.
Sure.
We just think, stadium setup needs to change.
Maybe we could go to Pittsburgh for Notre Dame when they go there. You never know. I don't know.
Steve.
Maybe. That would be awesome, actually.
Won't go to the Holy War, but yeah, let's go to Pitt.
I'll tell you what, this would have been a game I think a lot of people thought maybe game day would head to. And once again, I can't stress this enough. The fact that I am lucky enough, and I assume Steve says the same thing, to be a part of a show that people would like to see at their events, that is a very cool thing. We are very lucky to be a part of that. So anytime there's anger from anybody that our show doesn't go somewhere or that game day goes somewhere, we understand the magnitude of how cool it is to be a part of something that has that effect on people. Obviously, it's been this way long before I got there and Steve got there. It'll be a long after I and Steve leave. This will be a thing. We're very lucky to be a part of game day. This game, everybody thought could potentially have it. And I assume the next game we're going to talk about, the Holy War out there in BYU. This could have been an epic college game. Not that Georgia Ole Miss won't be. Okay, obviously huge implications. 9 versus 5, honored, lucky to be down there. Used to have the longest home winning stretch at 33 games. Tough place to play. Obviously, a lot of history. And in the middle of a dynasty still, if they were to go on to win, people would lump this all together for Kirby Smart. Lucky to be going down there. This place, though, I think would have shut down the whole state if we would have went out there. It means something, too, this year. 6-0, 5-1. I mean, you got real playoff implications. And this is big. I love that we got Bear versus Dampier. I love the storylines that are coming, and I like how good both these teams are, Steve.
Yeah, and Utah has proved it 3-0 against the spread as a road favorite, which is tough to do in this day and age of college football. And BYU came back from the dead last week, late night in Tucson, comes back, goes to overtime, wins it. Bear Bachmeier, the Mormon stolen from Stanford. It's still tough to watch him play for BYU, but we're moving on. And plenty at stake. What do we got? Fourth time both teams in this rivalry are ranked, and all since 1994. So there's not a lot of times this game has meant this much. We know how much they hate each other. Both head coaches went to BYU. Whittingham won a national championship when he was at BYU, and now he's the head coach of Utah and had a serious run in that state. So the hatred is real. I love genuine hatred. There's nothing better. But Utah feels verified being a road favorite here, seeing what they're up against.
Okay, and that's potentially because of what BYU looked like for most of that game last week. Obviously, you got to take everything into account. Kyle Whittingham's career record versus BYU. I don't know if you saw these numbers. Obviously, Whittingham, BYU alum.
Oh, yeah.
Kyle Whittingham showed up at our show whenever we were out there on a motorcycle and sleeveless. So it was cool.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah, it was pretty sick. Kyle Whittingham. He's 11-5 win-loss record against BYU, which also 11-5 against the spread. 5-1 against the spread versus a ranked BYU team. And 13 of 16 games have been decided by single digits. So it's a good battle. It's going to mean something. And that would have been... that could have been what they call scenes, I think, out
biblical.
there. I think that actually, Holy War.
Yeah.
I guess it could have been pretty biblical out there. Tone, anything we're missing on the Holy War?
No, you guys
We should
touched
ask
on
the
it.
West Virginia head coach. He played both teams. We get his pick?
That's true.
Yeah, we play a lot of tough teams. Yeah,
I mean, they're both good football teams. We know that.
good football. Ohio University with Navarro. That's a good football team. Pitt is a good football team.
Sure.
A lot of good football teams West Virginia knows the ins and outs about. You know what I mean? I don't need to hear anything from you. I don't need to hear anything.
Like Northwestern and UCLA, great teams.
Great football teams. Tough to play Northwestern at home.
Yeah.
Tough to travel.
Tough to
Always
play
is.
Northwestern at home. Because they
Always
come in
is.
there and you just think to yourself, it's Northwestern.
Yeah, here come the Wildcats.
Boys are big.
And I don't even know did you guys fill up for Northwestern at home?
Did you see the pictures of the stadium?
No, I didn't see. Did you guys not go?
You were at the whiteout.
Nice end zone.
There might have been about half that.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Oh, really?
Oh, I mean, I bet it was 75,000, 80,000.
When's the last time that
shit.
happened? Has that ever happened before?
I don't know if that's
AQ?
ever happened.
Really?
What?
Even after-
Hold on. I didn't know I just opened a story that I should definitely known about. So you guys didn't fill that thing up for that game?
Not even close.
I've never heard of that at Penn State.
Really?
Someone put a still shot of like before the whiteout and then like right before this. Okay, so this might be it.
This is during the game?
No, this was.
Yeah, well, right as it's ending.
What's the score? Is this end of game?
Yeah, it's when they're taking a knee.
Okay, so end of game's tough because 100-some thousand potentially want to get out of there. Hard to get out of there. Can we get one from earlier?
Yeah, there was one like before the game. There was one right before the whiteout against Oregon, and then one right before the Northwestern, and it was night and day.
Wow.
No pun intended.
It's because you lose to UCLA the week before, or because you lose to Oregon a week before that, or what?
Is that a new
2 in a
game?
row, early game, but it wasn't
No. Didn't look at some
3:30.
lights.
3:30. Yeah,
3:30.
Yeah, plenty of time. It's bad.
So
They were done.
The fans made the decision
I
already.
think the UCLA thing really sent the fans over the edge.
How about that, Steve? Penn State. Franklin walked out there, saw an empty stadium, and go, oh, no, that's not good. Right? I mean, that is not good.
He made comments before the game. He's like, we've prepared the team for booze and a hostile environment for a home game.
I would like to reiterate this 100 times. James Franklin has been very good to us and always had great energy with us.
He was great to that program.
Great. Turned you guys around.
Turned us around, kept us there when it was in the depths of hell.
And he'll be remembered as that guy?
For sure. But
Just not in
it's
the
a
moment.
results-driven business, period.
In the moment, though, it's not thinking like that.
Correct.
But 5 years from now, looking back, James Franklin had a vital piece in the Penn State story.
There's going to be a lot of gratitude towards him, without question.
And he'll say, thank you to $49 million I've got since I've been there. And also, I agree. We did some good things there. It's not just negative. That'll be a good time for Coach Franklin.
Absolutely. I mean, I think he's third over the last 10 years in most wins across college football.
Yeah.
Gosh, it's a tough game.
Yeah, I think that's why he got fired, right? Because he's third in wins, but he's never. Yeah, I bet those
Exactly.
other coaches on that list have national championships.
Well, not only national championship, it's like a big win.
Conference.
Signetti going into Oregon and winning that game.
For sure. Hit the bricks, pal.
That is I think that is potentially what happened.
And they had to travel, and he was blaming travel the week before. Tough.
Oh my
Tough.
gosh, there's a lot. That is a lot. All right, Stanford Steve. Anything else?
No, I was just saying, you were doing your show from his office like 20 days ago.
Yeah.
And they were on top of the world, up 7 in overtime. Coach Saban puts a white suit on and goes and gives that fan base a funeral for their season.
Jeez. I don't know. Saban, well, maybe landing a little offspring, I guess, from Saban. There were certainly some seeds of success there that were planted for landing maybe in that Oregon team. But yeah, we were just feet away from JJ.
Yeah, that's right.
JJ, Coach Franklin's friend from high school. He's right in the glass window right
He's
there.
waving on the show.
It was great. It was a perfect setup. Everything was great. James Franklin obviously has done great things. I'll be excited to see what he does next. I wonder when we'll see him next. That's
That's a good question.
Probably not for a long, 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 long time.
No, I'm thinking you're wrong. I'm thinking we're seeing him real soon. That's what I'm
Really?
thinking.
Where?
Yeah. I don't
He
know.
got to look for a job in sports, right?
That's what they said, sports media or sports. But we talked about this yesterday, how those interviews could go, you know, when push comes to shove on whether or not you want the spot, or if he is a ball lover and wants to get back in there. I assume that is the case. His energy feels like he is a football guy.
I agree. I think we'll see him soon.
Steve, I don't know if you saw, we saw your top 15.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw Tone's predicted college football playoff
Ooh,
bracket
look
at this
that.
point.
That's a sexy graphic.
He's got 5 SEC schools, 3 Big Ten schools, obviously Big 12, Power 5, ACC in there as well, and independent with Notre Dame making it. Congrats to them beating USC and then continuing to go on a run for the rest of the year is what Tone Diggs is saying. Also, congrats to Utah beating BYU because Utah is still in the hunt. BYU is not. Big news, Texas Tech does its thing and Miami wins the ACC outright. So congrats to them making a win is what Tone's saying. Anything you see here, Stanford Steve, and how accurate do you think these projections are as we sit week 7 versus what the end of the season actually is?
Well, that's what it's going to come down to. I mean, everybody wants to know the numbers. We changed the format so it doesn't, the buys don't go to the league winners. I saw the I'm not an analytics guy. I just read it and I wrote it down because I thought I could comprehend it. So hopefully other people can. Right now, the SEC is 90% to send 4 teams to the playoff. Tone has 5, so he's on point there. And the Big Ten is 89% to send 3 teams, 42% to send 4. So yeah, it's pretty top heavy. I mean,
Nice.
everybody's talking about the depth and what it is, SEC versus the field, whatever. The Big Ten's pretty top heavy right now with Michigan getting beat last week by SC and Penn State not being what they have been. And the SEC, I don't know if they have a team that can win the national title, but they're going to have the most teams in the playoff. I think we could guarantee that just seeing what those teams have to play. And the resumes are just going to look tougher because of all the games you still have to go through. I mean, Alabama, this is, 6 straight against ranked opponents. This is the first team that Alabama hasn't played that hasn't been undefeated this year. So their resume is as strong as anyone's, even with a loss to Florida State, because of the wins they've attained on the road and now coming back home against Tennessee. A&M's the outlier to me because they're good. It's probably the second best win in the country after Indiana went to Oregon last week, which is the best. A&M going to Notre Dame is pretty damn good, and they don't play a home game until November 15th. They got 3 road games and a bye. So we're going to know everything we need to know by November with Elko's team, which I know you like, Pat, and I love him. What he's doing on third downs is just gross with dialing stuff up. So that looks pretty good, and Texas Tech is an awesome story. I really hope we could get to a Texas Tech home game during this run because that place – I was there for the Crabtree catch. It's the greatest night in Lubbock, Texas, and if we go back there, it'll be absolutely awesome.
I love that, and I also appreciate the fact that they're going all in and it's working. I like anytime somebody goes all in and it works because that is hopefully, an example for others to follow. Like, hey, if you go all in, you also have success. When people go all in and they fail, okay, that gives other people say, see, they're doing all this and they don't even win. So, like, we need the people that go all in and are doing it to win so that other people look at that and say, that's the model that we need to follow. We don't need people going all the way in and then not having success, because then the cheapskates out there go, see? Just like we said. Okay?
I'm 17 years removed from that program. Point another direction.
This guy doesn't want to be a part of it? Go ahead, say it.
I'll be back next year.
They are Penn State. That's what you wanted to say right there.
Say it.
I'll be back next year.
Terry Smith, Western Pennsylvania.
Love
great.
Terry Smith.
He's the interim head coach. He needs you.
Gateway High School, WPIL, Hall of Fame class, same year I went in.
See?
Wow.
And you're turning your back now on the
I love Terry Smith.
Okay, so maybe give a little bit of respect to the man.
He's going to get him fired up. I'm telling you. He's
Well, then
gonna have
stop
him playing
saying
hard.
they are Penn State. Start
we
saying
just
we
got-
are Penn State.
We got a lot of tough games coming up.
They better buckle up this week.
Bingo.
Who's the
right.
backup quarterback? Well, now the starting quarterback.
He's an Ohio kid.
Ethan
Grunkemeyer. He can play.
Grunkmeyer.
Good
Grunkemeyer.
dog.
Yeah.
Drunkenmeyer?
Grunkemeyer.
Grunkemeyer.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Columbus area. Columbus kid. Yeah, he's legit. He can play.
Well, Drew Aller was an Ohio guy, too.
That's right.
Drew Aller was an Ohio guy. I hope
He's
he
going to be going back to Columbus in a couple weeks.
Godspeed, the surgery.
No.
November 1st.
Grunkemeyer.
November 1st they play.
Oh, okay. You're talking about Drunkenmeyer. Okay, I thought Drew Aller out for the season. Right? Grunkenmeyer.
No N.
Correct.
Grunka Meyer. No.
Grunkemeyer?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Grunkemeyer.
Grunke.
That's the best name of sports. Hold on. Bear or something. What's Bear's name out there?
Bachmar.
Bachmar.
That's a good name. That's a really good name.
Hank's
Oh,
brother.
There's a lot of really good names. I mean,
Tigers.
Fernando Mendoza is a great name.
Filthy.
And the Mendoza brothers being on the same team. They're not twins. A couple years, so it's not the Mendoza twins, but the Mendoza brothers taking the world by storm down here in Bloomington. College football is great. We're having a great season. I'll see you down there in Athens, brother. Can't wait to get down there.
All right, fins up for Gumpy.
They actually have a guy who's the leading tackler in the NFL right now. He has
There you go.
55% more snaps than everybody else because the defense is on field a lot, but he's tackling a lot of people. Ain't that right, Gumps?
Yeah, the offense is only scoring 60% of the time against the defense. What do you want them to do?
The leaders need to start taking charge down there. They need to start saying we are instead of they are.
One in particular.
Right.
I don't like the way you've been talking about some of those Dolphins stuff down there.
I
Gumps.
stood up for that man for a long time. All right? We deserve better.
See, everybody right now doesn't know which man you're talking about. There's two men that you've been standing up for a long time. Hasn't there been?
Oh, yeah.
So why don't we just go ahead and leave that a mystery on who you're talking about? Good for you, Gumps. Who are you talking about?
Our quarterback.
Okay.
Number one, Uno.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Tua. Got it. All right.
He
All right.
takes the podium today.
Who does?
Tua.
Yes.
Better
Should
have
be
a
good.
muzzle
I'm
on.
excited. Can't
No,
wait.
that's what I'm talking about. We need more questions. We need more out of that. Tua's a lead by example guy. Okay, now obviously his quarterback's got to speak. He likes to disappear from his light. He doesn't like to do all the spotlight stuff. He's been very open about that. So I think we got to take that with a grain of salt with everything he's saying. He's trying to not give shit to anybody while also not enjoying what he's doing.
Sure.
And on that note, we enjoy what you're doing, ladies and gentlemen. The man, Stanford Steve. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, Steve.
You want this, you got that. No way, watch them walk right past you. Run fast while you have the chance.